guys. We are here. This is the bold and beautiful mini spotlight, but there's nothing mini about the show. I'm James Hart Jr., one of your hosts, and I have the ladies today. She's wearing a cute purple shawl or something, a little wrap going on there. Her name is Tammy Govea. Almost Tammy Govea. We are here.
Hey, everyone.
And then down below, nice in plaid patterns. Come on, girl, Amanda West.
Hi, guys.
Hello, everybody. So I'm gonna make the chat room open. Okay, here we go. People are watching. Make sure everything's working correctly because these chat rooms get weird because they don't want to work sometimes. But I think somewhere else today they've been fine. Yes, we are now live on YouTube. It's saying it. Hello. All right. So today, again, this is gonna be the end of the soap block today, folks. Sorry, it's a little shortened version. There's no GH mini spotlight. That'll be back next week. We'll talk about both weeks of the show. It was good this last week, but we'll talk about both weeks of the show. Just missed it. Y&R, the three of us were on. We talked about Y&R for the week, and that's out now everywhere. It's on streaming and on YouTube and on all the platforms. And then we just finished the daytime, not almost daytime today, wrong show. We just finished Forever and a Day after show, season 2 premiere with Matthew Preston and Kalia Davis. You know Kalia Davis, she plays Leslie Marshall on the show, and she plays Janine Frost on Claws the series, and she is wonderful. Great actress, great voice. She talks about actually being a puppeteer for kids. I did not know that in education. So check that out. That's out now too. Hello, everybody. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are. Get that out. For me, I just want to say we're almost at 900 followers on Instagram. Wow, okay. Thank you so much for doing that. Please share the Instagram channel with anybody you know that is a Bold and Beautiful fan or a fan of specific groups. We like them all. Some of you guys are really great. Like the Bold and Beautiful Australia fans are always doing stuff with us, and Italian fans. Thank you so much to Steffi folks. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Please pass it on. I'm gonna get to 1,000. What am I gonna do for you? I don't know. Maybe I'll throw a gift or something. I did something like that. Someone do that. Also, I want to say thank you to everybody who watched our Annika Noel video. Please go ahead and watch it some more. Send it to people who need to see it. It's a great interview. She's a nice person. She's killing it every day on the soap. She cries more than anybody I know. I don't know how she does it. It's amazing. It's amazing. So yes. And yes, my shirt is I am grateful. I'm wearing Bold and Beautiful blue, and I'm grateful. Right here on Super Bowl Sunday. And lastly, just want to say this. Audition Days. It's their 6-year anniversary. Tammy and I would not even be here if there wasn't Audition Days. I am drinking out my special cup that a fan made us years ago. It's the original co-host. I'm one of them right there. Her name is Issa from France. And I'm so young. So young. There's me. I'm so young. She wrote a poem about us. She made these cups from France and sent them to us. So I want to give a shout out to Issa, who's in France, who I still talk to. Thank you so much, because we, again, I would not be doing these kind of shows if it wasn't for Audition Days, starting on AfterBuzz TV and Tony Moore specifically getting the idea. That's how I met Tammy Govea.
Yeah,
and that's how Amanda saw us. Completely. And Amanda saw us because of AfterBuzz TV, right?
Yeah.
Used to watch our shows. Wait, and I'm gonna ask this, man. I forgot. I interviewed you a long time ago. I can't remember. How did you find us on AfterBuzz TV? You remember?
Just searching through Bold and the Beautiful stuff.
Got it.
Looking for Bold and the Beautiful stuff. I wanted to find a podcast, and there wasn't one except for James. And then that led me to the show. And then I was watching that. And James was kind of like a mentor in a way, because I was thinking, you know what? I'm going to try to do this podcast thing. Like, why not?
Exactly.
Hey, when you told me that, I was so heartwarmed by that. But I said, if I could do it, you could do it, right? So you just go ahead and you do it, and you did it. And now there are a few more. But you're right. When I started, there were not any other Bold and Beautiful podcasts out there. Bold Breakdown was the first of that ilk, and I'm very proud of that. And Tammy came on a few years after I started the show. I loved her on Days. We met again. This Days again brought us together. I said, come guest on the show, and the fans loved it from day one, and then the same with Amanda. Just want to start collecting women. Let you going along.
James's angels, podcast angels.
Yeah,
James's angel. Yes, and Peace Mazales. Oh, I look hot in the shirt. Thank you. But Peace also says they miss designer day.
I miss designer days too. I miss doing that segment.
I have a
Over here on
surprise
this
for
show,
you
talking
guys.
fashion. Oh,
I
a
have a
surprise. Okay.
Peace. Hi, Peace. She figured out what Steffi's door says.
Oh, stop.
She did. I'm not, she said she thinks it's French, and I'm not even gonna try to say it because I have no.
Amanda froze.
Amanda froze. Oh my gosh, it's like a cliffhanger. Like a cliffhanger.
Oh, I have to take a picture.
I know.
No idea. But
oh shoot.
Okay, so Amanda, you actually froze at that moment. You were going to tell us something. We were like, "Oh my goodness!" Like a cliffhanger. So can you say it again?
Okay. All right. Peace.
Did you hear anything? Yes.
She figured out Steffi's door. What it says on Steffi's door.
Oh, okay.
Okay. She said that it's French. She thinks it's French, and the translation is "From God to our lives, we welcome you."
Oh.
Wow.
Well, go on, Peace.
Yay.
Okay, go on, Peace.
That's beautiful. That's a beautiful sentiment.
That is. Okay, Peace. She's on high, Amanda. That's good. Okay. Yeah, that okay. That's so funny. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and talk about. I don't know where to begin because there's like several places to get into, and we'll start small and work our way up.
Okay.
So Vinny shows up, our buddy Vinny. So we get an answer, kind of. Remember a few weeks ago the pill thing? Yes, the pill thing. He offered Thomas pills.
Yeah.
And Bill, he was like, I saw what happened with a homegirl. My sister was like, no, thank you. So,
that was hysterical.
So remember we said that wasn't a throwaway scene, obviously. It must be meant for something. So something's coming. Something's coming, though.
You know what's coming?
What's coming?
You know what's coming? Here's what I thought.
Yeah, tell us, Terry. What do you think?
So, because he said something. So we all think it's going to be Liam's baby. Okay. Right. So, Vinny says to Thomas, Thomas actually told him what was going on. And I was like, I don't know if you should be telling Vinny, like, what's really going on, whatever your friends. Right. So then Vinny's like, well, dude, that means you have a path to hope. Because if it's Liam's baby, game over. Like, they can't survive that. Like, you have a path to hope. And then Vinny says, well, depending on what the paternity test says. And I'm thinking, what if it's Finn's baby and Vinny changes the paternity test to Liam?
How about his buddy?
Yeah.
Help Thomas out.
Oh no.
That was because the way he said it was like, but then I thought, does Vinny have access like that? Like, I don't know. It's not like Days of Our Lives where anyone can walk into labs and, change.
Yeah, right. The chat room was saying he wants to help. Like in his mind, probably that would be plausible. He's thinking he's helping.
We don't need your help, Vinny. Okay, we don't need it.
I love Vinny. Like,
I do too.
He's like a regular guy. He's like a regular guy. It's like, what's going on here? Like, what's going on? That'd be interesting.
Why do they keep bringing up the pills?
There's a reason. I don't know what it is. There's a reason.
I thought he was gonna say, "Yeah, go ahead and give me one. I feel kind of headachy."
I laughed. He was like, "Dude, after I saw Steffi, I can't." I was laughing. That was hysterical. I don't know.
See, I don't know, something there. There's some of those pills. There's some. Vinny's going to switch the test results. It helps him and Thomas. Thomas gets hope. Finn will dump Steph, leaving a pathway to him.
See, the thing is, Finn is in it no matter what the results are.
That's what he said.
I think Hope is in it no matter what the results are, because even Brooke said that to her. You have the capacity, like this baby is a blessing, and you have the capacity to forgive and love this child, and you love Liam. So I think no matter what the results are, everyone's going to stay with who they're with. So I don't know.
Well, I know our girl, Tina Wayne, who plays the OBGYN, was like, you ain't getting them right now. It takes some time. You need to relax. It's gonna. I know you're in a hurry, ho, but we're gonna work it out. You'll find who your baby is. I'm paraphrasing, of course. But she was like, I give test results. I need like today. I give today. I give them now. I'm like, she's like, girl, calm down. We like, it's not how that works.
Yeah.
That works.
Oh my God. Shonda in the chat room says he's a drug dealer, Tammy. I'm thinking he has a supplier at the hospital and uses that to get access and ask a favor. Shonda, shut the front door.
You guys are all connecting the dots.
God.
What if Vinny and Finn are brothers? That'd be a great twist, but I don't think they are. I mean, they never had a scene together. They never had a scene together. That'd be a great twist.
Yeah.
That would actually be a very interesting twist. I don't think they are, but that'd be an interesting twist. I agree, Sean. He definitely has some connections. He probably does. At the hospital, sure. He probably has connections. So or if he doesn't do it, he pays someone to do it. And pills. No, he pays somebody to do it.
Oh my God, I didn't even think of that.
I was laughing. She was like, I ain't get a paternity test right now. As soon as I can, I'm just trying to explain to her the whole process, like this is what you can and cannot do. And she was like, I don't care. I gotta find out. She's like, I know it's a tough time for you, girl. I just want to laugh like, oh, I know, girl. You step 2 minutes, you nasty, fast girl. But don't worry, you'll be fine. Okay.
It was like, there's consequences, okay?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. I was like, dang, I loved it. I was like, God, Steffi. Woo! She's ready. But how do we feel about Brooke adding her 2 cents? A lot of people
God, I wish she added like $1.50 more. I was like, pour it on.
Let Steffi have it.
Because she said what me and Tammy have been saying. Hello, this is Steffi's fault. She could have said no. She could have sent you Liam home. Like, she was not the one hurt and confused, right? Like, oh yeah. I was like, you go, Brooke.
Well, it's one of those situations that it wasn't like both of them had like Steffi had something happen with Finn, and Liam had something happen with Steffi. With Hope. Then they got together. It literally was one-sided. It was a weird way they did this. You think about it, it's like, so Steffi she's with Finn, but she still feels for, like, it was all her fault. She literally took advantage of him. And it's just being defiant about, why do I love you, Liam? You're the one. And everybody quiet. I got a baby inside me. So we have like a conflict. I'm like, well, girl, you started this whole thing. It's like, like you said, you could have you could have just sent him home. You could have done that. Like all these things you could have done. Now, Brooke can't really talk that much about her stuff. That's the story. But again, I keep telling people that 2 wrongs don't make a right. Even folks who say stuff like this, they're still right. I mean, it's like you can be hypocritical. It's still right.
And I love stuff. I love when Steffi said, well, if you don't want to cause me more stress, Hope or Brooke, then you should leave right now. And Brooke took a beat. She says, I'm going to leave then, but I'm not letting you off the hook. That baby better be Finn's.
Well, girl, I'm trying. I don't know, but I hope it is. You go out, Brooke. You tell girl. She's like,
I was just salivating. When she came through the door, when Brooke came into the house, I was just like, oh my God, this is so good. Yeah. I'm so happy right now.
But a lot of fans are getting mad at Brooke though. I don't know why. She sits though. She takes up for her daughter. She always does.
Absolutely.
She always does. That's not a surprise, right?
And Steffi gave her a little jab. Well, just a little jab, because she said, oh, I thought if anyone would understand, you would. I was like, oh,
She
okay.
did. Yep.
I told you it was an accident.
Two hoes do not make a right.
Two hoes don't make a right. Exactly. But here's the thing. So, okay. Bring up in chat room. She can go off on Liam. Have they had a scene yet together, Liam and Brooke? I think you guys are busting up on that two hoes make a right. I know, I love that.
Two hoes don't make a hope.
Oh my god.
I'm trying to figure out. Liam and Brooke haven't had a scene yet, right?
Liam and no.
Yes, I'm saying. So folks, stay patient because they're like, she hasn't blamed Liam. I said, well, she hasn't seen Liam yet. So I think that's. Yeah. Oh, trust me. Trust me. I tell you guys, everybody in chat room, I believe Brooke will go off on Liam. Trust me. I mean, she will.
She better.
I hope so.
I hope so, but Liam. Well, see, now Peace thinks that Liam started this whole thing by going to her house drunk and drinking.
Well, of course. I mean, we're not letting Liam off the hook.
No.
But the fact of the matter is he's spineless. And so if anybody was going to take control of the situation, it was Steffi. Bottom line, he's weak. She should have, taken control of the sitch and sent his butt away.
Yeah, supposedly she loves Finn so much.
Well, she said over and over again, I love you. I look at Finn, I go, you are a sad sack. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I'm like, I want to stay with you. I'm choosing to be with you. I'm like, why? She cheated on you and she's pregnant with possibly another man's baby. I don't understand how you're just like, I mean, I know she's beautiful and all. I get that. But I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, oh my God. That's the frustrating part. I'm like, I mean,
with James, it could be his baby.
Okay, if it's his baby, then I'll give him points on that end. But it's kind of like I'd be a little more aloof if I was him. Like, okay, let me see what happens first before I start committing to you and stuff. Let me see what's going on.
No, he's like 100% in, regardless of what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So no, they haven't. She told Hope she passed on the way to the cabin. Oh yeah, they haven't seen each other yet. So I have a feeling she's gonna go off on Liam too. Don't worry. Well, I think maybe they're waiting for it to come out, and then Brooke unleashes her fury, possibly. Yeah, that's what Brooke does. She will. Yeah, Bridget's coming home too. So, you guys. So Ashley Jones and Kelly Crew will come on another time. We had to postpone it to another time. I know people were saying, where are they? They are returning this week on Bold and Beautiful. I don't know any details, but they're returning this week on Bold and Beautiful. Now I will say I did enjoy the conversation between Thomas and Hope and Liam, actually, because Liam just sat there like a little puppy dog, just so upset. He was just like, he couldn't say it. They would call him out, so he couldn't say nothing. He's just like, I mean, because he came in there so smug, like, why are you still here? Aren't you all better now? And aren't you? I'm like,
back off.
I know it's none of your business. First, it's none of your business, first of all. But you just came in there all smug and everything. He's just like, Thomas was like, oh, okay, you want to go that direction, okay.
And Thomas is like,
mm-hmm.
Liam has so much nerve.
He did.
He is so Bill's son. He has the nerve to say, basically he's saying, what are you still doing here? Right? You're better. You're doing everything you did before. Like, why aren't you at your apartment? Excuse you?
Right.
Your house. Liam.
Like, none of your business. It's none of your business. I wrote down, why so nosy? That's what I wrote. Why so nosy? He was so nosy. And then he was trying to talk to Brooke and like, well, for the first thing, him and Thomas was like, well, I'm not really trying anything. He goes, well, I don't believe you because you're trying to look good. So everything you're doing, which I can see where Liam's coming from on some level. I totally get that part. And Thomas, we're still not sure if Thomas is good or not, which makes for good soap opera, obviously. We're not sure. They say he's just a turd. He's a turd. But it's just so interesting that they start to talk and it comes out, and then Hope comes in, which I didn't see that coming. And the three of them are standing there having this kind of mature conversation. I mean, Hope, answered the question that Thomas said, that she's not sure they can survive this, whether it's his baby or not, which to me, she would be an idiot. I mean, I know this is soap operas, but in real life, she would be an idiot to take him back.
Well, we said that about Brooke and Ridge It's like, be done with him already. Like, really? So, but it's not going to happen.
It's not.
Because of what you...
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
She does keep saying, well, to me, she keeps saying, like, I think I can forgive him. Like, I think I can forgive him if the baby is Finn's. So do you think she's going to just forgive him if the baby's Liam's?
I think she's going to try.
Give in?
I think she's going to try. Because even Thomas said, Hope, you are happiest when you're with your kids and when you're with Liam. And she's like, it's true.
Suddenly, the wheels are in motion. No, she's completely, she said, I'm in love with you. I love you so much, Liam. She is. I mean, she didn't want this to end. I mean, he screwed on her. And so she's having to deal with the aftermath of, like, where did she put her feelings?
Right.
So where do you put when it happened to her? So where do you put your feelings when it wasn't going downhill and you're falling out of love with them? No, he did an act that was so despicable, but your feelings are still there. So that's the hard part. It wasn't like you both just went separate ways. It's like she loves him. She was happy. They thought they were doing fine. They had a little family.
That scene, that moment, and kudos to the writers, because when Liam said to Hope, I'm not going to ask you for forgiveness. I'm going to work hard at being somebody who's worth forgiving. And friggin' Annika Noel, man, she just shattered. Like, Hope, you saw her just break, and she's like, it wasn't an ugly cry, but you could see it was real. Like, her reaction to that was like tears in her face. And it's like, oh my God, this woman is brilliant.
I know. I agree. I agree. I mean, if she'll get nominated for an Emmy, I don't know.
God almighty.
Just is so good.
She better.
So she better. I mean, literally, I will go to the Emmy office and
right. Ticketing out front.
Just three of us. Just us.
Annika.
No, it'd be a travesty of justice if it doesn't happen. But she does on a daily basis, not just every once in a while. And when he said, you're right, when he did say, I'm gonna stop asking for forgiveness, I thought, thank you.
Yeah.
Stop asking for forgiveness. It's just ridiculous at this point.
He won't. He's gonna keep doing it. You know he will, because it's Liam. He's like, I'll stop. And then Monday he'll be on his knees again, begging.
It's just this situation is because of a mannequin. This storyline has gotten legs because of a mannequin, folks. I mean, can we tell you? I mean, we all rolled our eyes and freaked out a little when we saw that Hope mannequin at first. And literally now we have the mannequins in a distant past now, and we're dealing with ramifications from that. But both people get points. They get points.
And I love how Thomas kind of reinforced what Finn said to Liam. He's like, when you thought you saw me and Hope together, why didn't you just come inside? Or why didn't you just go home and then you would have found Hope there and known she wasn't with me? But you just made a beeline. Liam's all, no.
Well, he was like, the producers and writers said that I should not come in. And I have to go over to Steffi's house and sleep with her. That's the storyline. Oh, you mean like on the show? I'm sorry, folks. I mean, that's why I didn't rush in. Any jealous husband would rush in and stop their wife from kissing somebody. I mean, that's what you would think.
You know how me and Tammy are.
Yeah.
I would have right through that door.
Okay, you know he would. He was like, "Hello." Yeah. Now, the one part that's very interesting that I do want to mention is that I've always liked Steffi and Rich's relationship. They are father and daughter, kind of friends. And she's looking pregnant. She started looking, her face started to get a little wider. She's still beautiful and glowing. But I was like, when she was like, I got something to tell you. I don't know how to tell. I'm like, okay. And he's like, okay. Rich's face was so funny. He's like, okay.
It's so funny.
And she's funny, and step by step, I spent the night with. Well, I heard. I know he's funny. He's like, I know he's funny. He's going to pour himself some coffee or tea.
Yeah.
This scene was so funny to me. He's like, he turned to his back to her, put the pour, and he goes, "Boy, I already knew that already." He's like, "No, there's more." He put the tea thing down. He walked around. He's like, "So what's going on?" And like he just looked right at her. I laughed so hard. I was like, "Okay," and it was like, "Yeah, we slept together." He had a little smile on his face, kind of like, but like it was like, oops. And then she was telling him more, and he's like, she's like, and there's more, basically. I'm paraphrasing, of course, but it was kind of, and there's more. When she said she was pregnant, his face was like, he kind of almost chuckled, like it was just like, really, like really, like really. And she was like, "I know, Dad." I liked the relationship. It was kind of funny. It wasn't like a screaming fest. Or he went on like, and then Finn, of course, comes in.
I feel like he did have like just a second. I don't know if y'all noticed it, but I feel like he had just a second, Ridge, where he thought of Hope and was like, does Hope know?
No, he did. He did what he said.
Yeah, like for a minute, he was like, oh, I forgot about Hope, you know?
No, he did say it's gonna be hard on her, and it's gonna be hard on them, and Finn too. I mean, Rich did mention that a little bit about that, but you're right. He's kind of like his daughter, because she was forgetting stuff, and the pregnancy brain was coming in. He was like, "Dad, I gotta tell you something. I need a break. I gotta tell you something." So I love everybody's reactions. They keep mentioning, "I don't know who the father is." So I was like, okay. Okay. So I know that's kind of funny. So she filled him in on that. So that was kind of funny.
Yeah, because he was like, "What does Finn think?" I was like, "Yeah, what does Finn think?"
Finn's googly-eyed. I'll do whatever you say, Steffi, because I love you. No matter whose baby. It can be Carter's baby. It doesn't matter. I will raise it.
He felt hard for her.
Did. I mean, she's a hot, sexy, strong woman. Why not? Yeah. I'd fall for it. I mean, I get it too. Like exactly. I totally get it. I mean, she's attractive inside and out. There's something about her that's so attractive that I'm sure. And he's a doctor. Like, I mean, you got the hottest girl in the room, basically. I mean, she is. I mean, no offense to any of the chicks on the show. I'm just saying that means she's a hot chick.
Yeah.
I mean, she likes motorcycles. She's hot. So I mean, that's the whole thing. Yes, Daddy Deacon, my buddy Sean Kanan should come back. I know. He said he'd come back if we asked him. But yeah,
it's funny too. Yeah, I was gonna say it's funny too when Steffi told Brooke, please don't tell my dad because I want him to hear from me. And she's like, fine, but I don't like keeping secrets from my husband. And then when Ridge found out that Hope knew, well, she didn't say anything to me. And so he's like, because I asked her not to. He's like, all right. Because he's literally the last one to he's the last one to know. He's literally the last one to know. So
but she made that clear. She said they made it clear.
Rich never realizes anything when it comes to his own right, and his kids, but everybody else.
I know. So we're interested to see how this storyline is going to continue, and I think we get the answer. Maternity test, I think it's this week. I think.
And Ernie was watching it with me when Brooke came over to the house to Steffi's, and I paused because you could see the picture of Liam and Steffi in the back. So I paused it. I said, "That's the problem." I explained the picture thing, and I said the problem is Steffi and Hope and Liam are repeating the cycle that Steffi and Hope's mother and so this new generation is repeating the former generation's mistakes. And Ernie said, "What is this like? What's the thing where they swap wives?"
Oh my God, they swap wives.
Yeah, it's like, is that what's going on? Like, no.
That's funny. Are they doing wife swap? No. No, they're nuts.
No Taylor, folks. There's no Taylor, no Deacon. I mean, the whole family's not involved. So.
I was gonna say Deacon could come back. B&B, are you listening? Deacon could come back and cause all kinds of trouble between Eric and Quinn. He could hook up with Shauna. So many things.
Oh, yeah. And Sean Kanan said he'd come back on. They asked him, he'd come back on. Studio City out right now. I did a Studio City after show here on TLJ Media, so we'll put that out. New episodes. But no, he was said he would come back. They asked him, he would come back. I mean, he's tied to so many people on that show. You can tell you can do it. He's Hope's daddy. You know, he's Bridget's ex. I mean, he's all these things. I mean, it's just kind of like that's the whole thing. He could fit right on in if they wanted to. Okay, so one other storyline is we get thought of Amanda the whole time. But there's one, I said there was an outfit I did like. It was my outfit of the week. It was part of the storyline. Zoe, Paris, Ridge, Carter. I am before I even begin, I am shocked how fast they blew this up. I thought it'd be a wedding. I mean, I'm thinking all this other first. I didn't think it was gonna. I mean, it's blown up. So it's come out so fast to me. Not fast, but like I'm like, oh, I was pleasantly surprised. You know how bold. I mean, they actually didn't go fast or they go slow. They do one or the other. They feel like they went fast on this one, not in a bad way, but I was like, oh, so they're getting out already, and they're just like, screw this. We're gonna let it out. That Ridge, he would tell his best friend what's going on. That makes sense to me. It totally makes sense. So how you guys feel about this kind of, it came out basically, and Carter said, bye, bitch.
I got a sound effect just for Zoe, okay? Because she made Carter cry. She's out.
He's out. I love it.
I think we speak for Carter fans when we say, when we saw that tear roll down his face when Ridge told him what he had overheard, that our hearts were shattered.
Mm-hmm.
To see him like that, and Lawrence, holy moly, man.
Saying in chat, Lawrence was amazing this week. Yes, he was.
Out of the ballpark and beyond. It was so powerful and so heart-wrenching. And so what we were hoping to avoid. Like, we don't want to see Carter hurt like this.
Like, she made him cry.
I thought Amanda's her man. So Amanda, how'd you feel when he told off? Because it was a slow build, and then he just told her off, and she was she was stuttering the whole time. She couldn't say nothing.
But I want to know Amanda's reaction to Zoe telling Zende, "Don't worry, hun," or "Don't worry, dude. I got this. Ridge isn't going to tell Carter anything. I got this." I was like, the nerve of you.
Why would Ridge keep a secret for you? Why?
Right.
And then even Zende was like, yeah, I don't know about that. He's like, you're sure about that? He's like, I think you're delusional. I was glad Ridge told Carter, but I just, it was so sad.
I know it was really sad, but it made sense. The bro code, you gotta do that. But I love how he was trying to chat, but Zoe was so fake. She's just like, I the whole time she couldn't say nothing. And then when he said to her, see, now I get it. And I wrote this down. I had my little notes. Wrote this down. He goes, part of the problem is I'm Forster adjacent. When he said that, I was like, what? Then he said, I'm not even done. Then he goes, so now I'm thinking about Thomas too now. And say, you want to be a Forster.
That's why he acted like that when he was on the show. Remember? Because I said she just wants a Forster. And Tammy was like, yep. And he was like,
yeah, exactly.
He didn't say anything.
He said it. I wrote it down. He said it. He said, I am Forster adjacent. That's the problem. I was like, oh my God. And he brought up Thomas. And he brought up Thomas. He's like, you brought the Forster men in there. He's like, oh, that's right, girl. And she couldn't say shit. Excuse my language. She couldn't say shit. She was there.
He said that is why you wanted to marry Thomas. He's
Exactly.
like, that's why you were so, oh yeah, I'll marry you. Like he told her. And I like when she walked in and he was like calm at first and he said, what do you want, Zoe? And she's like, oh, I want to marry you and all that. And he's like, you sure you don't want Zende? And she was like,
So he's like, yeah. Cat got her tongue. It sure did.
And I've never heard Carter yell before.
I know.
When he yelled at her, he roared. I mean, it was a roar. I was like, oh,
big guy. He's a big guy.
Almighty.
A big guy. You're like, we know that. He told her the F off. He was not. He was pissed.
He said, you know how hard it is for me to fall in love. You know that. I told you. You know all of that my stuff. And I was like, oh, she's the villain now.
And I'm glad he clarified. He said, well, that's my word. A, engagement is off. B, that's my word. We're done. It's not just off, like, and then we're going to work on it. It's like, we're over. We're done. Bye.
There you go, Tammy.
Yep. I was like, that's it.
That's it.
And there's no going back with Carter. There's no, that bridge burned by.
Oh, and then she had the nerve to say, she goes, oh, well, Zende would never do that to you because he's your friend. And he looked at her. Oh, that look. He looked at her and he went, so if he was willing, then you would have been fine with it. You would have just did it. And I was like, she was just like, oh.
Yep.
When she didn't say anything, he got his answer.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think, and this needed to happen because he looked like a chump most of this time. And like he said on the show, we're seeing as the audience, he don't know nothing. He's thinking he's great. I mean, he's in love with her. He's whatever she's presenting to him is what's going on. So that's kind of what. So now he matches with the audience. Now he sees her for who she is. And it's like, okay, good. He needed that scene.
It was hysterical when Ridge was telling him, holding back, and Carter was laughing at him and impersonated Torsten.
Oh yeah.
The voice. It's like, is that my voice?
I know, that was so funny.
I have something to tell you.
Yes.
He was like, I'm not falling for it this time. You almost got me last time.
Yeah.
That was good.
That was awesome.
And also Carter said, you want Zende, you can have him. That's right. He did say that.
I felt so bad for him.
I know what the next scene would have been. Amanda walking in. Carter, I'm here for you. Don't worry. She's horrible.
Yeah.
I'll take care.
Like, I'll save you, Carter.
That's the next scene. That'll be the next scene on the show. Mm-hmm. So
and then Ridge, I'm glad Ridge said to Carter, at least Zende had the decency to bring up your name.
Yeah.
In the conversation, Zoe was coming on to him every which way. At least Zende had the decency to bring up your name. I was like, oh man.
Yeah, I think Carter and Zende, they'll probably have a confrontation, but they won't be as bad, I don't think, because again, it's Zoe. Zoe's the one, he didn't act on it. So they can make that clear.
Okay. If you're my friend, if you're my friend, why didn't you come to me and say, hey, we got an issue, okay? Like, as my friend, you should have told me.
Okay, Tammy, you go first.
No, because it would have been, because what always happens is the friend gets shafted.
Yes, the messenger.
The messenger gets shafted. And he would have blown up at Zende and accused him of all sorts of things.
You're lying. It's your imagination.
Exactly.
Have Zoe on her pedestal. And then Zoe probably would have had an opportunity to backpedal at that point. So this actually, that would have worked to Zoe's advantage. This way, there's nothing. Zoe's done.
Zoe's done.
Put a fork in her. She's done.
Well, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I'm beginning to think they want us to hate her. Like that's their goal. And
Well,
it has to be an amazing actress because
right. All right.
She's making me hate her, right? And it's like, okay, I guess she's the new villain because I don't know if you're ready to move on there yet, but what she did at the end of the week was unacceptable.
Well, I was thinking of you, Amanda, and I was thinking reluctantly, Amanda's right. Zoe hasn't changed because you kept saying to us, are we forgetting what she was like when she came to town? Like, are we forgetting the whole baby story and what she's capable of? We're like, no, but she's been really trying to change and be a better person.
Yeah, she's not. And that was evident with Paris because that was the whole thing. Okay, first of all, I loved her outfit, her little red jacket with the
with the cutout. Yeah, with the turtleneck.
I loved it. I loved it.
Gorgeous.
That was I loved her red pantsuit. I love that.
When she came in and said, hang up the phone.
I know. So rude. So rude.
She's like, it's a work call. And she's like, I don't care. I was like, okay.
And that first part of the conversation, I was screaming at the television. I was like, Paris, stand up for yourself. Paris. And she was like, you're going to leave? Here's a resignation letter that I wrote. You're going to sign it. You're going to go. And Paris, but see, here's the thing about the actress. Paris was like, I want to be around you. Like the little sister thing. Like I want
a relationship with you. Yeah.
Relationship with you. I thought that was kind of sweet. That was very telling that she was trying to reconnect with her sister. I came here to connect with you and you don't want me. Like, you just don't want me.
Yeah. And she was like, why can't it be different this time? Like, why can't she said this time? And I thought of Tammy. Tammy said, there's something going on. There's something going on.
But she said also, you always go out of control. It's because you always go out of control. Always go out of control. You always go too far. She said those words when they were going back and forth. So I'm like, ooh, what happened? We don't know the past. We don't know the past. We don't know anything before she got there, before the cat. We don't know anything. So I'm like, but I thought that was you're right. The dialogue again was there for the reason. But I was like, you're being so rude to her. And Paris was like, I want to be your friend, I want to be your sister. And then when she got that resignation letter, homegirl was like, I was cheering. I wrote, finally, she stands up to Zoe.
That's when I was yelling. When she found the resignation letter, when she gave it to Paris, that's when I started yelling at the TV. Tear it up. Tear it up. Tear it up. Come on, do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
I know. And she did fine. But she said, I grew up, I went to college, and I don't have to take orders from you. And she took that thing, she ripped it in half. I'm not going nowhere.
Ever.
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 I loved that. I loved that.
I did. I was like,
oh, Zoe was so horrible. The thing that bothered me the most, and I thought, this girl has not changed. The thing that bothered me is the baby storyline. She always blamed it like, oh, my dad. You know, it's my dad's fault. My dad made me do it. Okay, all right, all right, it's your dad. Now it's your fault. Paris.
I was shocked.
All of this, it's your fault. You did this. I was like, have you lost your mind? What is wrong with you?
I agree.
You did.
How did Rich know? How did Rich know to go to the house? Why didn't you warn me? Yeah. And that's when I was yelling, she did warn you. And then Paris said, I did. I texted you. Well, you should have called. You should have kept texting me. I was like, oh, I can't.
Yeah. Like, you should have stopped Ridge. You should have calmed him down. You should have lied for me, covered for me. I was like, she didn't tell him anything. Like, oh my gosh, you don't even know what happened. Okay, so stop. Right. Like, what are you doing?
Like you said, her life is in shambles. She lost her man. She lost her chance. So she's grasping at straws. She was like, grasping.
Well, that's her.
Grasping.
Yeah. And Paris said it's in shambles because of you, of the choices you made.
Hello.
Oh, she did not like that.
Nope. She didn't. She couldn't say much. She tried, but she couldn't say much. I was like, okay, girl. I thought fine, she stood up to her. Like, good. So now it's like so Paris is staying. Zoe's still at Forster for now.
Right. So what's going to happen? Because Ridge, she's right. Ridge is like, right?
You know what? If I was Carter, he's not going to do it probably because he's a nice guy. But if I was Carter, I would fire her. I would. I don't care. You know what? In Mississippi, you don't have to have a reason to fire somebody. I would fire her. Okay.
You're out. Yeah, no one else to go because she's like, I have to work here and be so awkward. I'm like, well, you might not be there that long, girl. You might be out soon.
Right?
What's going to happen?
Yep.
Because Ridge is pissed because now see, Ridge and Zoe haven't really talked yet after all this.
Why would he keep her there?
Right.
She keeps proving she can't be trusted. So
because
why would I keep you here?
Carter will probably say something to Ridge like, don't fire her.
Probably. That's why I love him though, because he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
He's a nice guy.
Mm-hmm.
When she said the instruction you called.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always favorite person out of order. Yeah. It was a scene that I've seen before in life where someone tries to blame you for something and it's totally irrational. And at first you're almost like flabbergasted. You don't respond like that. You're just kind of like, you're blaming me? Like you're just like going, really? You're blaming me for this?
Yeah.
And yeah, you look around like really? Like really? And then you catch up to it. You don't realize that. I mean, these are scripted shows, but in real life that happens sometimes where somebody will talk to you a certain way and you're kind of caught off guard, like, oh, are they talking to me this way? Like, really? And then you catch up, and then you're like, oh, no. Oh, no. You're not going to talk to you that way. I mean, then you finally catch up. I feel like that's what Paris was kind of like. This is my sister. I love her. I'm trying to get close to her. She's rejecting me, and she's blaming me. She's trying to get rid of me. I came here to be with you, and you're trying to get rid of me. So now,
like gaslighting, is that what that means? Whenever you constantly make the other person feel like it's their fault or blame them for everything,
or they're imagining things, or
that's what she's done since Paris arrived. And the worst part is Paris has only been nice. Like she hasn't done anything mean or vicious or anything.
Yeah.
And then Zende saying to Paris, I hope you'll give me the opportunity to show you blah, 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 whatever Zende wants to show her. I don't know.
I don't know either. Or some Zende. I don't know. I was like,
What do you think of the two of them together, Zende and Paris? I kind of like Paris and Carter.
Oh.
I don't want Paris with Zende because I feel like Zende he has some kind of feelings for Zoe.
Yeah.
I feel like he's kind of, I don't know, not obsessed, but like there's something about Zoe that intrigues him, but he don't want to admit it.
Right.
Do you think he'd ever go with Zoe now that she's broken up with Carter? Or Zoe's officially forever in the no off limits zone?
They're gonna fight it for a while. And something's gonna happen.
I think she's gonna lure him in.
Oh,
That's why I don't want, because Paris is gonna get hurt.
Yeah.
So she don't need to be around Zende at all.
I agree. I think it's gonna happen. I think it's gonna be quiet for a while. He's gonna fight it, and then something's gonna happen.
Yeah, because she's very persistent, Zoe.
Yeah.
Very
tenacious.
Well, we still need to find out why Zende and Nicole got divorced.
Yeah.
That's out there.
I wonder why they're hiding that from us.
Storyline. They're gonna take their time, probably.
Yeah.
And unleash it at a later date when he's serious with like Zoe. So Nicole comes back.
Oh, okay.
Zoe's the villain. Nicole's a nice girl. So that could be something right there. I think Stalker Zoe will reemerge.
Yeah. Very possible.
Oh, very possible. Easily. Easily.
She's going to be talking to her cat again.
Easily. Would not be surprised. Very surprised. So those are your storylines. On Young and the Restless, they did mention the Spencers are coming to Genoa City. We know Bill Spencer's going, but it looks like maybe the sons are going too, or a son is, maybe Wyatt's going.
I hope so.
I don't know. So if you're watching YNR, keep an eye out for that. They didn't make a dates or anything, but it's coming up soon. So we'll see what happens.
Liam will go. I doubt Liam will go because he's too busy crying.
Oh, that's true.
That's true.
If the results aren't in yet, he'll probably stay close to home.
Maybe Flo. Maybe Bill, Wyatt, and Flo.
Oh, and Flo loves her and Summer get along. That would be hilarious.
That would be so good.
Yeah, folks are saying they can't see Bill on YNR. We can't either. Trust me, we cannot either. And congratulations to Don Diamont again for first time solo cover in the 36 years of his career on Soap Opera Digest. Way well deserved. Well deserved. Can we get a Sally and Wyatt scene? Who knows? You gotta watch YNR and find out how that's gonna play out, because that's the whole talk about what's gonna happen. So it's gonna be a lot of fun on that. So these little crossovers can happen for the rest of my life. I love these little crossovers. Please,
totally.
Please keep doing it. It's kind of fun.
And we have to say how much we love our Donna.
I know. Whenever she pops in, she's a breath of fresh air. She's beautiful. First of all, cute outfits, cute hair, everything. Give her a storyline.
So just give the tea. Well, did you hear they set the date? Did you hear this? Did you hear that? You don't know?
I know. I love it. Please
love her.
Give her a storyline. Give her a storyline.
Donna and Carter.
Oh, because she did say, they could be going that direction. And Zoe get jealous. If she can't have Carter, nobody can. I'll go with that one.
Yep.
Like both. If I can't have Carter or Zende, none of you bitches can have them. Trying to work it out on both sides, right? I can see that.
Oh my God.
It's gonna happen.
She's
gonna lose it. I just got a feeling.
Completely.
I too.
Yeah.
Losing it already. I think it's going to too. Which of course makes for great soapy goodness, as we say on the show. Everyone, that's your show for today. That's your hour of Bold and Beautiful recapping on the Bold and Beautiful Mini Spotlight. Tammy.Govea, tell me where they can find you.
Yeah, Instagram, Tammy.Govea, and Twitter, Tammy Govea. Please follow, like, and comment. Thank you.
Amanda Russ, tell us what's going on.
Tammy, you look so cute in that purple too.
Cute.
He'll rap. So where are you from?
Find me at the Bold and Beautiful podcast, and I'm doing some editing. I'm gonna release an episode this week, maybe like in a day or two. It's a surprise.
I love it. Thank you. And everyone in the chat room, we had over 20-some people in the chat room. Thank you.
That's
I know
so
it's Super Bowl Sunday. A lot of folks getting ready for the Super Bowl. I'm going to get ready myself at some point. My sister lives 2 blocks away. I'm going to walk over there. We got just a few of us there. Very social distance and safe. We'll be over there for a little bit. I'll be there a little later on today. It's a beautiful day in LA actually right now. But also, so JLJ This Morning is our new morning talk show, and a new episode comes out tomorrow. And it's with Casey Hutchison, Joe Willis, Abby Morgan, and Veronica Dang. They're wonderful. Thanks for all the folks who watched or listened to the first episode. It was very successful for us. Thank you so much. Oh, Amanda, tell me where they can find your podcast. They asked.
I'm on all the social medias and Apple everywhere. It's the Bold and Beautiful podcast.
Yes, so you're right there. Then also this week I have all kinds of goodness coming out. Almost every day I have a new show coming out. Cupid's Crossing debuts on February 11th. Claws of Sirius' new episode on February 12th. The Valentine's Day crossover special. I have 5 people from 5 of my different shows come together for dates on February 14th. I know, it's kind of crazy. I also have the Dallas After Show. I have a Falcon Crest After Show will be coming out soon, and possibly a Dynasty one too. We're working on that also. So all kinds of good stuff coming up. But just follow JLJ Media. That's how you'll find on everything, on all social media platforms and on YouTube. Please like, subscribe to the channel. More people subscribe, more people who like my stuff. It helps me get more stuff. It unlocks things for me in the channel.
It makes a big difference.
More goodness. It's a big difference. So please do that for my online network. And they say, love you, Tammy. We love you guys for doing this with us. And we will see you next week with another edition of the Bone Beautiful Mini Spotlight, because I'm sure we have a lot to talk about again next week.